Nepal is not the only country. Sri Lanka has also shown signs of a tilt towards pro-China. Colombo has now looked at giving approval for the docking of a Chinese research vessel at 2 ports in the country. This comes as concerns have been raised by both India and the US. Here's more.
Is Sri Lanka veering towards China? Recent developments seem to suggest that President Wickremesinghe has pushed the pro-China button. This week, Sri Lanka allowed a Chinese research vessel called Shiyan-6 to dock at its strategic port of Hambantota and at the Colombo port. The vessel will reach the Lankan waters on October 25th. The news sent alarm bells for the US and India. The United States Undersecretary Victoria Nuland met the Lankan Foreign Minister Ali Sabri on the sidelines of the UNGA and raised the American concerns. Sabri, however, is said to have informed Nuland that the ship is operating in accordance with Colombo's standard operating procedure, which applies to foreign ships and aircraft conducting activities in Sri Lankan territory. He emphasized that Sri Lanka, as a neutral country, treats all nations equally and cannot exclude China from the process as a result. Last month, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, while visiting Sri Lanka, had communicated India's strong objections to the island nation allowing Chinese vessels a free run. While Sri Lanka says the ship is slated to arrive on October 25th and will conduct joint ocean surveys with Sri Lankan agency NARA or the National Aquatic Resources Research and Development Agency, the Chinese have called the ship a scientific research vessel crewed by 60 that carries out oceanography, marine geology and marine ecology tests. India, however, says that these ships from China are surveillance and ballistic missile trackers. Over the past few years, many such Chinese vessels have docked at Sri Lankan ports. A similar expedition last year by a spacecraft tracking vessel had sparked security concerns for India as well. The Shiyan-6 visited Sri Lanka on the 20th of April 2022 and remained in the Sea of Sri Lanka for a total of 10 days. In August of last year, the Yuan-Wang-5 was given permission to dock at the Hambantota port. India voiced concerns that the ship would be used to spy on its activities. During President Ranil Wickremesinghe's visit to India in July, Prime Minister Narendra Modi even raised the issue of India's strategic and security concerns vis-à-vis China. That's not all. President Wickremesinghe last Monday also declared the AUKUS security pact between Australia, Britain and the US a mistake, while rejecting any concerns over Beijing's perceived influence on his debt-ridden island nation. Wickremesinghe called it a military alliance against one country, China, and a strategic mistake. With the Sri Lankan government deep in Chinese debt, Wickremesinghe has a difficult job. The Hambantota port is on a 99-year lease to China. Sri Lanka is currently being economically propped up by international loans, and China is one of the largest lenders, which means Lanka has little space to maneuver.